holism, Holism, holism. And the concept is proposed by someone called as Franz Boas. And you know who is he? We also call him father of modern anthropology. Just keep scribbling so that your focus will be better in the class. Keep writing down. Okay. He's also called as father of modern anthropology. Okay. He says we cannot look at humans in isolated pieces. And he says if you have to understand humans, you have to understand it in a holistic way. Now I'll get into the concept. Try to understand. What exactly is this holistic way? Listen carefully. I'll write something philosophical before I take you into more easier stuff. We are discussing a concept called as holism, and as an opening statement to that holism, I have written something on board. What did I say? Whole is greater than parts. Just take 30 seconds time and try to think what this could be. Whole is greater than parts. To make you understand this in an easy way, whole is greater than parts. Students always say this. Sir, we have completed our polity, we have completed our history, completed our geography, completed our economy, completed our science and technology. Still somewhere we feel a lag in our preparation. Somewhere we feel that we are not understanding the whole concepts. There is some lag. The reason being, the whole UPSC syllabus, you are only going in parts, one after one. So it's very normal and natural for a student to have that little bit of confusion, to miss certain links. You understood the point I am trying to say? But when you actually begin your first revision or second revision, or by the time of the third revision, you will have a complete understanding of the subject. You understood my point? Which means your mind started to form patterns. Your mind started to understand that there are interlinkages among these subjects or among these concepts. So often, when you look at the syllabus as a whole, once you complete the whole of the syllabus, that is when you started getting the best of the knowledge or the best of the information from the UPSC. Are you understanding my point? Some students come to me. They just complete this basic classes, polity, economy, geography, history, science and technology. They would not complete their mains part of the syllabus like society, other components like world history, ethics, internal security. And these students often struggle in clearing prelims because they say, sir, we do not want to complete those things because for now my priority is to clear prelims. So somebody told that for prelims these 5 topics are sufficient. So I have studied sufficiently for these 5 topics. Now let me go and write my prelims. Things will not work that way. Only once you complete the whole of the syllabus, have a complete understanding of the syllabus, including every single item that is mentioned as part of the syllabus, then your understanding will be complete. It will be whole. You understood what I am trying to say? Now, understanding this idea of holism in an anthropological sense, I'll give another small example to convince you here. Let's say you are sent to a particular village. And someone asked you to tell about or asked you to comment on the behavior of the people in the village. Someone asked you to comment on the behavior of the people. What did I say? You are asked to comment on the behavior of the people in a particular village. Behavior means, right, how people behave. How will you do it? Will you go and ask people, what's your behavior? How do we go about it? Just observe. Just by observing, I'll ask another simple question. I gave you this assignment before you guys leave this class. Tell me about your roommate by tomorrow. I want complete information about your roommate by tomorrow evening class or something like that. You have 24 hours. What's the best possible way to do it? Only observe.
Spend maximum.
Ask him, right? Ask what? Ask what? His likes, his dislikes. Then that's it. His opinions on various aspects. His likes, his dislikes, or his or her dislikes. Opinions. Opinion on marriage. Opinion on God. Opinion on friendships. Opinion on money. You understand? Opinion on politics. When you ask him or her all these questions, when will you get the best picture? Only asking him about his preparation or asking him about everything else? Only when you ask him or her about everything else, then you would better understand the behavior of your roommate, right? Like same is the thing. Let's say if you are sent to a particular village and you are asked to understand or estimate the behavior of the people in that particular village, you will get the best possible understanding only when you try to read the village in a whole. Only when you try to understand the village in a whole. Not in bits and pieces. Not in bits and pieces, but as a whole. Let's say you have to know, I'm just continuing this discussion. Let's say you will ask this people in the village, so what's your opinion about marriage? Or you can ask them, what is your opinion about family? And you can ask them, what is your opinion about religion? You can ask them, what is your opinion about economy? What is your opinion about kinship? Kinship is nothing but relationships. Or you can ask them, what is your opinion about politics? Now what I am trying to do, I am trying to elicit. Elicit means get back. I am trying to get information about all these aspects. Now let's go one level deeper. Let's assume that you are actually in a village now. You go and ask a middle-aged man in village about marriage. What he would say? Probably. Would he be pro-marriage or anti-marriage? Marriage is not good, or marriage is something that has a potential to hinder my career goals. What kind of answer you can expect generally in a village? In village generally they would not say like that. They would generally say marriage is good, everyone should get married. If possible, everyone should get married at an younger age or early age. And not just married at an young age, start a family by having children. This would be the general perception, or this would be the general understanding of the people. Will you agree with me? Largely. I'm not saying every other person, but largely. Let's say the same question if I put it to a middle-aged man or a young man in a city, what answer I might get? Maybe he or she would say, these days marriages are not working. The stability of the marriages, stability of the marriages is not as good as it was in the past. I would first focus on my career, later I would think about marriage. or we will experiment with live-in relationship. If there is a compatibility, then I would think about marriage. The point I am trying to say, is there a difference in the responses of the people? So by understanding people's answers to a question on something called as marriage, are we getting information about the behavior or personality of the people? Now, same question I'll ask about the family. This you all might have observed also. What is some little more common type of family system in a village? In villages, generally there is a preference for joint family. Nowadays, joint families are declining very fast. But at least in villages, even today, there is a sort of preference for joint family. There is a preference for joint family. Whereas in urban areas, general preference is for nuclear families. It's not joint families. You understood? Why?
They have more family values
More family values? Where?
than villages.
Probably that could be the reason, right? Which means the general behavior of somebody they are more into careerism. It's all about career. How to settle in life, how to settle well, how to realize my potential, how to be successful in life. This could be the general tendency of the people in the urban areas. It's not that rural areas people don't have that. What we are talking is some generalizations, some broad patterns. Now, spirituality or religion, where it is more likely for you to see that people have more inclination towards religion, a commonsensical observation. Again, in the rural areas, right? Somehow in rural areas, people have little more inclination towards spirituality. If you are a Telugu student, like some of you would have heard this beautiful song from the movie Rangastalam title song. The whole title song, it's about, how spirituality or how God determines every single aspect of the life. The title song of the Rangastalam, it says, everything about a life, everything about our day-to-day life is completely controlled by God. Completely controlled by God. Which means they believe they are not just God-fearing. Try to understand this. They are not just God-fearing. They believe that everything is determined by God. You understand my point? So, areas you see. Agriculture. Now, when I ask you guys this question, what is the most common type or somewhat common type of family which you can see in rural area? You guys told me? Joint family. Is there any correlation between joint family and agriculture? There is a correlation. Even without me teaching any anthropology to you, you commonsensically told that there is a correlation between joint family and agriculture. Why? Because agriculture requires more labor. Agriculture requires more labor. And in a joint family, you have more number of people at one place. They all can pool their labor. Contribute to the agriculture. That's how contribute to the village. That's how contribute to the family economy. So you understood this? The nature of the family or the type of the family, there is a more intact in the rural areas or urban areas. Why? Because in rural areas, as I already said, people value cooperation. In rural areas, people value cooperation. People value cooperation. Why people value cooperation? Because if you don't cooperate with each other, your basic economic activity called as agriculture might take a hit. If you don't cooperate with each other, so everything that is related to cooperation, joint family, family relationships or kinships, even religion also will promote. In rural areas, if you observe carefully, religion also will promote marriage. And when elders bless you, what they bless? Get married fast, have as many children as possible. These are the blessings people get, right? Means as part of religion and rituals also, you have marriage, you have family. They'll not just bless you with a lot of wealth. They'll also bless you with a stable marriage, and they'll also bless you with a good family. Means many children as possible. You got my point? And there are many rituals. Let's say all of you must have observed this. For many rituals, let's say your mother's elder brother or younger brother is mandatory. In our Telugu states, rituals means pujalu or certain, we perform things, right? Rituals, ceremonies, let's say annaprasana, feeding the child for the first time. All these are the first rituals or ceremonies we conduct. It's a big topic we'll discuss in our regular class, but this is common sense, you all know, right? For some, your father's sister is mandatory. That is a very problematic issue. Sometimes if there are any conflicts, they may not want to come, so you try to patch up with them again, because for that rituals or ceremonies, it is mandatory for her or him to come. Means our rituals which are related to our religion also, they are glorifying the importance of kinship. Okay, I'll not go much into it. The whole point I am trying to convince you is only one thing. If we really want to understand the behavior of the people, don't just study one thing. Study whole of it. Only when you study whole of the village, you will get much better understanding of the behavior of the people. So the point I am trying to make is very simple. Whole is greater than parts. There is one idea which I did not deliberately touch upon. If you remember, in the beginning of the discussion, while I said, if you just understand polity, economy, if you just read polity, economy, history, you will not understand it properly. If you complete the whole of the syllabus, you will understand those interlinkages, you will understand those patterns and the interconnectedness among all the subjects. That is when you start appreciating the syllabus in a much better way. That is when you start understanding the syllabus in a much better way. This is what I told. But in the context of holism, especially in a society level, I did not tell you what is this connecting all of it. I just told that everything is connected, but I did not tell you guys what is this connecting everything. What are these patterns which are connecting everything? That we will reserve it to the regular class. That is another very exciting and interesting part of it. But for a beginner level, this much of information is sufficient. Holism. Whole is greater than parts. To understand anything, we have to read it or we have to understand it in a complete sense or a holistic sense. Got my point? Yes. Now try to do this assignment after going back home, because our next class will be only on Monday. Try to observe your roommate. Don't just ask about preparation. To get a complete understanding of him or her, ask multifaceted questions. Observe those answers, analyze those answers, and don't do anything with that information. It's just for you to remember this concept in a better way. Concept called as holism. I'm asking you guys to do this small experiment. Got it? So, if you have to understand human society as a whole, we have to understand about their culture. We have to understand about their language. They means our. We have to understand about our culture. We have to understand about our language. We have to understand about history. We have to understand about our biology. That is when we will get complete understanding of humans. You will understand as our sessions go further. In our syllabus also, this is only we have linguistic anthropology, socio-cultural anthropology, archaeological anthropology, biological anthropology. You understood that simple connection? Our whole anthropology syllabus is biological anthropology, prehistory, not history exactly, but archaeological anthropology, socio-cultural anthropology, linguistic anthropology. This is our syllabus, the whole anthropology syllabus in one slide. You understood my point? So that will help us in better understanding the humans. So that is why the concept of holism is applied to our anthropology also. Okay, anthropology tries to study all of this. So anthropology can study humans in a holistic way, in a complete way. Okay.